Hi and good evening and welcome to this very special, very quickly put together THFC Tottenham breaking news. And Philip, we have some breaking news. Now this is not confirmed, this news, is it? It's a bit one of the news it's not confirmed.
No, it's one of those. It's one of those.
It's one of those which could get Philip's blood boiling, or it could get Philip nice and calm. We don't know how he's going to react, so everyone just be wary. So get your popcorn ready in case Philip goes into overdrive with this bit of news. But Philip, how are you? You've had a nice weekend away in Galway, and you've watched, well, you were there to see the mighty Mayo reach the quarterfinals of the All-Ireland Championship over here. So
yeah, I was down in windy Galway. God almighty, the amount of wind that place gets, unbelievable. You're blown away. But it was lovely, very good, and great crowds around yesterday for the match. And it's amazing, really. It's so different than soccer. Galway lost the match yesterday by points, right? Yeah, the fans they were drinking with the other Mayo fans after the match. You'd never see that in England at the Premiership. It's sad, really. They go all the rivalries once the match is over.
It's a total different culture, isn't it, over here when it comes to GAA? Completely different.
I mean, the fans are sitting amongst each other. There's no segregation. You could buy a ticket next to the opposition fan, and you have the crack with them during the match. And it's a pity it's not that way in football, It really is.
Well, anyway, Mayo march on to the quarterfinals where we meet Dublin, which my lovely other half is now telling me that Dublin will win because she is a Dublin girl. Yeah, she got a thumb up. There you go. Yeah, we've never had a good record against Dublin, have we, really, Philip, to be fair?
Dermot. All I have to say is one date to you, 1951. That's the last time Mayo won the All-Ireland.
Look, if Mayo get to an All-Ireland final, me and Philip will do a watch-along to that. It'll be a great crack. It really will.
Actually, Dermot, it's going to happen this year. I'll tell you why. This is a quick story. Back in 1951, the All-Ireland winning Mayo team on their way home from winning the Cup, right? Yeah. And they went through a village in Mayo where there was a funeral taking place. And they didn't stop to pay the respects to the deceased. So the parish priest put a curse on the team and said, as long as any member of that team is still alive, Mayo will never win the All-Ireland again, right? Yeah. Now, the last surviving member died this year, Dr. Mick Loftus. So the gate is open for you now. The curse is lifted. It's up to the footballers now.
Can I just say, supporting Mayo is like supporting Tottenham. All right, Tottenham, Mayo.
It's very similar. Even though we don't go back as far as 1951, but still, that was the year we won double, won the league as well. So Spurs won the
Yeah, I
league in
know.
51. Yeah.
Yeah. Mayo are the Tottenham of the GAA. It really is hilariously funny. But look, we see what happens. Let's see who's in tonight, Philip. Big up to Carl Simpson. It says Dermot. We are starting to cook. Must stay calm. Must stay calm. Oh yeah, we are.
Yeah.
We've got
We are cooking.
SOF. I wouldn't be surprised if Kane goes to Bayern Munich, especially if reports are true. He's agreed personal terms. I've heard that as well, actually. But we are going to say this is sort of what 60-50% right, Philip? Would you put it at 50-50?
I don't know. I'm, you know me and these rumors. I'm very reluctant to believe them. I'm not. Let's just say I'll believe it when I see it. You know.
Yeah. Especially if the reports are true, that he's agreed personal terms. Levy can control where Kane goes this summer. Next summer, he can join any Premier League club for free. Yeah, that's true. We're going to get on to that in a minute. Just a girl who loves Spurs, Kate. Big up, evening, Kate. We've got Jim as well, saying LOL, Carl. We've got Jim. Hi, Dermot and Philip. Follow Spurs lovers. Carl saying, we sign Maddison. Kane will be next. Kane will be here next season, in my opinion. We'll have to wait and see.
That's another way of looking at it, you know.
Kate saying, Derm, you've not been on my streams yet. I've been so busy putting the shows together because I've got Ellie's show to put together for tomorrow morning as well. I'm just flat out working at the moment. I will get over there. And I will, and I'd love to come on. Me and Philip will both come on sometime when we're free. But we've got a lot of work, haven't we, Philip, with new graphics we're going to bring in with new software.
I've been away for the last couple of days anyway, so I'm only back now an hour ago.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of work, but we definitely will get there. His SOF goes, in my opinion, Kane and Richie have to go this summer. We only have one game a week. Richie doesn't suit Kane never gets dropped or subbed. We don't need an unhappy Richie sulking if Kane stays. Kate saying Bayern are confident they'll get Kane. Ellie's saying he isn't going to Bayern, is he? With a question mark. Surely that's not true. SOFs, I would rather him go to Bayern than Chelsea or Arsenal. This summer is the last chance he has to decide where Kane goes.
Yeah.
Kate saying Mayo, is that your source? No, it's not. No. As I said on my stream earlier, prices have gone from 9 to 1 to 72. Is that Kane leaving Spurs? Kate, so let us know on that. Calm is my middle name, Carl. Daniel Levy is Dermo, so straight up the top. Cheers. Who are Mayo? Mayo is a county in Ireland, in the west of Ireland. The best county in Ireland, apart from Dublin. Before I get chucked to me. Yeah, and also, do you know, Leitrim as well is another good county, and Kildare as well, but Mayo and Wexford are number one. As you can see. Mayo are the Tottenham of the GAA. They really, really are. Bayern Munich, says Dara, won't pay Kane's fee. Not a chance. It will happen. Won't pay Kane's fee. Not a chance. It will happen. I don't get that.
Not a chance it will happen. Not a chance it will happen.
Oh, not a chance. Sorry, yeah. Ellie's saying, I'm just a good girl to Kate, but sometimes I can be naughty. Yeah, well. And then we're saying Bayern would have to offer us 3 players just to get near Kane's value. Well, this is the bit of news, Philip. This is what I was given. Kane, do you want to read it out for us here? And
news. Kane, internally and after new rounds, he's the top striker transfer target now. Still difficult, but FC Bayern got the signal from Kane that Bayern is his preferred destination. Bayern bosses planning the next steps now. Bayern optimistic to get Kane for less than 100 million all in. That's it. Like, if Daniel Levy is going to sell, he names his price at 100 million and not 1 penny less. That's the way I'd look at it. You know, if he's going, he's going, but he's going on our terms, not Bayern Munich's terms. And mind you, I must say, if he does go to Munich, what a fabulous city to go and live in. I have to say, it's beautiful. You know.
I've never been there myself, Philip. Kate saying Bayern have said they'll pay 100 million.
Well, yeah, I know. So, this is putting it up to Daniel Levy now.
Would you sell him, Philip, knowing he's got a year left in his contract, knowing that he
you
might
know
not
me, I
want
want
to?
him to stay, but
Yeah.
the more I think of it, look at the weeping and gnashing of teeth that's going to be here next 30th of June when his contract's up and he can walk away wherever he wants.
Yeah.
At least now we have some control over where he goes, right? And I wouldn't mind I wouldn't mind going and see him. Sorry, I wouldn't mind seeing him going to Bayern Munich if he's going to go, right? But he's going to go for the maximum money. There's no cut price deals. But it also lets me think a little bit this way: is Levy got a home for this money already? Because look at, we're now going to offer 40 million for Maddison plus 20 million add-ons. That's a big change from offering 30 million. So I'm just beginning to wonder. I'm beginning to take the side that Daniel Levy will agree to a transfer for Harry Kane this time, and this could be it.
Yeah, just 2 minutes there, Philip. Sorry, I'll be back in a minute. Sorry, do you want to just say this, what Carl's talking about here? Sorry,
yeah, Carl Simpson say Charlie Kane has been over in Germany getting excited again. Put down your Brockwurst, Charlie. Yeah, I mean, I know the Manchester United thing. I didn't put any reliance on it because I thought it was just a load of crap. And by talking to Den Haag, and that bit was crap. Anyway, the rest mightn't have been. But
no,
I mean, if he's got
to be fair, Philip, that I did talk to our source afterwards, and he did say he made a mistake. He got it modelled up, so he.
Yeah, I'm only saying that was the only part of it that was wrong, Dermot. That part, the rest of it was quite believable, But that bit, it just wasn't. And fair enough, we move on. This time, I begin to think there's no smoke without a fire.
Yeah. Do you think it could be Charlie Kane pushing it, or do you think it's Kane now pushing it?
The idiot brother. I don't know. I don't know. At this stage, I don't really care, to be honest with you. Doesn't matter who's pushing it. Somebody's pushing it.
Yeah.
And if he's getting it, that's it. We have now got to be careful. Do we buy in another striker, or do we rely on Richarlison? This is the big problem we've got now.
It is. We've got. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
No, I was going to say, like, Bayern, like, going to Real Madrid was never an option because Real Madrid don't have a pot to piss in. Bayern Munich are a very wealthy club, so they can afford 100 million. So,
yeah, I mean, Jim's saying here, I really want Kane to go. I actually sort of agree with this comment, Philip. I actually really do. And it may get me a bit of, I know, Dave, I can hear rumblings now from Kildare. But I can just hear the rumblings and the mountains moving up in Kildare as Dave's antenna gets this, and he's starting to, you can see the smoke coming out of his ears a bit when it comes to Harry Kane. But
Dermot, you'll be ultimately surprised. I'm beginning to agree with you on that. I think I'm tired of it.
I am.
I'm tired of it.
Did we miss a I mean, I read out the comment. I really want Kane to go. I'm sick of all the saga. Sell Kane, give Ange the money. Better than losing him for free next summer.
Yeah.
I've said this before, Philip. Are we going down the same road we went down with the man who should not be named, right? That happened back then. That happened under Daniel Levy's watch. Again, do you know what I mean? It did happen under his watch.
It's a different scenario. It's a different scenario. Sol Campbell stated he was signing a new contract.
Yeah.
Then he reneged on it and moved off to Arsenal. If Harry Kane did that, he would be treated with the same thing as Sol Campbell. That is unforgivable. And I can never, ever see Harry Kane doing that. No, this is a totally different scenario. If Harry Kane does leave, he'll want to leave on good terms with the Spurs fans. There's no point in being your record scorer and best striker since Jimmy Greaves and wandering off with bad blood with all the fans. That's not going to happen.
So I'm just waiting for some news as well, Philip, because we've got some news on Tapsoba, but I'm just waiting to get that confirmed. What the news I've got, but the other bit of news we've got a few more people in. Philip, we've got Chris in. Big up, Chris. Can't see Kane going to Bayern Munich as he wants to break the Prem record. Well, you go where the money is. I said earlier, Philip, in Newsbeat when I did it myself earlier, that players today are more money they play for money. They don't play for the passion of the club, or they don't play for the badge, or they don't play for the fans. Not like it was back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s and 80s, where players, it was players found it a privilege to play for like a Man United or Liverpool or Tottenham. You look at Graham Souness at Liverpool, or Kenny Dalglish. She left Celtic to go to Liverpool. You look at Steven Gerrard as well, an example where he spent his whole career at one club. Do you know what I mean? David Howes did the same with us, I think, sort of. But do you think Harry Kane now is looking at thinking, right, I'm turning 30. I've got to think of my future. I want to go and win something, but I want to test myself in another league. Do you think that could be his? Do you think it's all about money at the end of the day?
I don't listen. 90% of Premiership players, to me, they're footballers first and mercenaries second. They'll go with the highest bidder. They'll go to the highest bidder. Now there are 10% of those players that know the meaning of the word loyalty, and Harry Kane is one of those, right? But there comes a point when I think, like we haven't heard about how this meeting with Postecoglou went, right? But there comes a point in everyone's career where he just says, right, lads, I want to change. I want to go. And Bayern Munich are a massive club. I want to go, but I want to go on good terms. I want to go, leaving Spurs a legacy of my massive transfer fee to spend on my replacement and other players. And I hope to go without any bad mouthing from the fans. And I think that's what they're aiming to get at that stage. And I hope they get it. I don't want to see, which we probably will see, 40% of the Spurs fans turning on Harry Kane and calling him a traitor. If I see that now, I will be very annoyed.
Yeah, we've got Carl saying Haaland won't stay in the Premier League long enough. 2 more seasons and he's off to Spain. I agree with that.
Yeah,
it's about freedom.
Yeah. He is the mercenary. He's the ultimate mercenary. That's
he is. He is. We've got Jazz Fusion. It's all about freedom from Levy. Always has been. SOF, big up. It says, I think Haaland will break the Premier League goal record, even if Kane happens to pass Shearer's. Haaland scored 36 this season. He will only get better. He could easily score 40 plus in multiple seasons. Yeah,
not playing in Spain. He won't do.
No,
he won't stay in the Premiership too long. Maddison
has signed personal agreement, but so did Raya.
Signed. You don't sign the personal agreement. You agree terms, but that's a verbal thing. You do nothing until the contract signed. So
this is the latest on it, Philip. A move is being prepared, 40 million. As for personal terms, there won't be an issue. This was sent to me earlier this evening. Spurs can offer what he will ask for.
Yeah, 175 grand a week is what he'd be on. 9 million a year.
Yeah.
That's been agreed already, apparently. There's also talk that Spurs are going to add 20 million in extras and late payments onto that. So effectively, it looks like we will pay the 60 million for Maddison. And that needs to be done. That's it. Do it. Just do it and bring him in. Let's get going. If we can get Maddison, we've got the goalkeeper, and we now get what do you call him? Tapsoba.
Yeah.
And that will be a good first week in the transfer window.
It will. Now, this is the latest. Now, I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm waiting for it to get confirmed. But the latest I have is Tottenham Hotspur Football Club and Bayern Leverkusen are in talks over a deal for Edmund Tapsoba. Personal terms will not be an issue. So it's looking around about 25 to 30 million, Philip, Tottenham are looking to pay. Forget him and get Maddison in, say, by the end of the week. What a week it's been for us. And that would be a good start for Tottenham as well, wouldn't it?
I watched a little bit of Sky Sports there over the weekend, right? And first thing I hear was James Maddison to Tottenham, but Aston Villa are joining the hunt.
Yeah.
Right? Tapsoba to Tottenham, but Liverpool are joining the hunt. When do these guys just say, listen, can we leave Tottenham alone? Let's not put competition in for every player they're looking for, you know? And by the way, Dermot, I just found out what the nickname for our new goalkeeper is. He's known as Venom.
Venom.
So it's easier than it's Venom Vicario.
Venom, like the Marvel character Venom. Now, this came up earlier today, Philip. I'm still waiting on the confirmation for that tap sober deal, if that is true. But I'm just waiting for 100% confirmation on that. I just want to get your thoughts on this. A few bits of news that were around today, Philip. Tottenham head coach Ange Postecoglou wants to get rid as many as 10 players this summer. The list of outgoing players include Davinson Sanchez, Japhet Tantanga, Joe Rodon, Sergio Reguilon, Harry Winks is on that list. Eric Dyer is also on that list as well.
Yeah, so is Lo Celso and Ndombele, according to other reports.
Do you think we'll get rid of all 10 in this window? Or do you think it'll be a case of, or would it be a case of anyone's got a year left in their contract or 6 months, they'll just pay off the contract?
Well, I don't know. It depends who's ambitious and who's not, right? I can see us getting rid of maybe half of them, you know. We won't get rid of them all. I don't think we couldn't be that lucky. But it just means either cancelling their contract or putting them down to play with the under 21. You know, just don't have them near the squad. Don't want a player that's disaffected and been kicked down the pecking order, given out to the new guys, and you don't want to come here. It's it's a terrible place. They won't even give you a game. You don't want that stuff in the squad. We want a united squad that pulls together from day one.
Yeah. We've got Darry here. Look up Bayern previous transfer, €67 million, about £50 million is their most expensive transfer. And their previous director of football lost his job because of overspending. They don't spend money.
Yeah, they have money though. That's the thing. They have the money, they just don't spend it.
But German clubs are not the biggest spenders, are they?
No.
It seems to be the Premier League is the biggest spenders in the whole of Europe when it comes to transfers.
Germans can be very icy cold about things like that, you know.
Yeah,
they're not the most expansive people. So it's actually, you know, it's the fact they don't spend huge money fits very well in with their character. You know, they're thrifty. They're thrifty people. So
we've got big up to Brian Maguire. Kate said, according to reports, it's 200,000 a week. Newcastle would only offer 175 a week. Well,
I don't think it's money. It's location. He wants to come to London.
It does. I think his partner wants London. Ellie said Harry Kane is a very wealthy man, but he hasn't won any trophies. But I think he will go. So we'll need a striker. If he goes, Richie's prone to injury. We've got Chris Cowland, the great. I don't know if this is the real Chris Cowland. If it is,
picture anyway.
Yeah, it is. But he says, "Big up little you." Yeah, big up little YouTubers. Well, big up Chris if that is you. If it's not you, big up whoever you are. We've got Jim. We give 60 million to Richie for the same. So the same for Maddison is a bargain.
Yeah.
Chris, just to go love Spurs. Reports are contrasting up here. Newcastle offered 150,000 a week, but that was refused not only because of wages. Maddison wants to move down south, as you said, Philip. That's the thing. Hard no. Apparently, it's been reported Real Berra one.
Real Betis.
Yeah,
maybe
one. I can see that happening. I can see that. And then look, Philip. We won't be on for too much longer. It was only really coming on because of this breaking Harry Kane sort of development news. Look, where do you see this going now in the next week or so? I mean, this could rumble on to the end of the transfer window. Do you think Levy will want to get it if he does go and he does want to go? Do you think Levy want to get it done quickly as possible instead of just playing around, hanging around for the rest of the window?
I think if it's going to happen, it's going to happen this week because one, I don't think Ange Postecoglou will want any players in the starting 1st of July whenever he's starting back with the players.
Yeah,
he'll want the new players in. He'll want Maddison there. He'll want the goalkeeper there, and he'll want Tapsoba there. Hopefully, whether he wants Harry Kane there on the verge of a transfer, I think get it done before that. No, I could be wrong.
Do you believe? Do you agree with transfusion? It's just leverage. He said it's a leverage ploy, Dermot.
No, not this time. Not this time. There's something about this one that rings true. I just feel that there's something going on in the background, and we're only getting the tip of it. You can be sure the Tottenham thing is like a swan, serene on and going across the water, but the legs are going like hell under the water, and that's what's happening at the moment.
Yeah. Just another bit of breaking news I've got here. Wolfsburg would demand a minimum fee of £26 million from Tottenham Hotspur for left-sided central defender Mickey van de Ven. Now,
That's a bargain. That's a bargain.
That is a bargain, isn't it, Philip?
I'd go for that guy. I've seen a couple of videos of him. It was only his breakthrough season this year, but he's young, he's tall, he's quick. I'll tell you, if you're a centre back of Van de Ven, Romero, and Tapsoba,
yeah,
an awful lot better than Sanchez, Dyer, and Longley, isn't it?
Yeah, and I just want to get your thoughts on this before we go. Where is it now? I had it up earlier. It is the man himself, and as I put it, let me take that off. The Don is back in town now. This is the latest we've got this morning. This was Fabio Paratici is still involved with Tottenham Hotspur on a constantly basis after part of his FIFA ban were lifted earlier this year. Philip, what's your thoughts on that? Firstly, are you glad he's still involved with Spurs in any sort of shape and form? And secondly, do you think getting Venom from Italy, do you think that the Tapsoba deal as well, and the other deal for Mikey van de Ven, do you think these are all got fingerprints of Paratici all over them?
Yeah, he's all over, especially the goalkeeper. He's all over that one anyway, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, let's face it, the guy, just because he did something wrong at a previous club, we shouldn't hold him, totally guilty. I know he was found guilty, but he's been allowed some license to come back and do limited actions with Tottenham. But the thing that I'm a bit surprised about, excuse me, the management structure that he set up when he came is falling apart at the seams.
It is.
The Greta Steinson, whatever you call he's off.
Yeah, he's left.
But the other guy left the academy last week. So there's been a lot of changes in his department. So, while his influence will be limited, it's good to have someone with his experience still pulling the strings there in the transfer market.
It is. Well, listen, we're going to end it off there. It was only a short breaking stream anyway. Look, KANE could be going to Bayern Munich. We're not sure. But if any news breaks between now and 4 o'clock tomorrow, when we're back on with Newsbeat, we will bring it to you first here. Philip, when you're back on Wednesday with me, we've got the podcast this week. And the podcast's going to be a bit different this week, isn't it? We're actually going to have a bit of a laugh with it, aren't we? So we're going to do a bit of
politics.
Yeah, go on.
Are we doing the politics one this week?
Yeah, we are, yeah. Ooh. So do you want to explain to people what that's going to be like and what we're going to do with it?
Like this. Anybody who's really, really, really a big supporter of any particular political party or political figure, I'd advise you to wear a pair of earmuffs, because the chances are he's going to get slated. Nobody is safe on a politics program. Nobody. No.
We are going to touch into football as well. We're going to talk about the old like Brian Clough and the old guys in the 70s, and me and Brian Clough and some of the managers that were a little bit of outrageous, let's put it that way. And there will be. We'll talk about Charlie Harty. We'll talk about John Major. Politics just for a laugh. Donald Trump would also get a mention as well.
Donald Trump might just get a mention, or 50.
Just might get a mention. But look, it's a bit of laugh. Look, we decided to do the stream because we wanted to make it a bit fun, didn't we? And just something different. Yeah. Just something a bit. And there will be some conspiracies in there as well. So, like, did the moon landing really happen, or a few things like that. So we will. Yeah, all Arsenal fans believe the world is flat. And they actually do worship a bottle. That's what Arsenal fans do. They worship a bottle.
Actually, they think because Arteta's head is flat at the top there, the world is flat.
Yeah. But anyway, we've got a Carl sounds like a really crap boy band.
Carl, I'm missing something tonight, Carl. I don't know what it is, but I'm missing something.
Yeah. Kate says, "Oh my God, I might join that pod." You can do, Kate. We actually will get you on for that. That would be fun. Paratici consultant, in other words, still director of football.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. You know, because it's no coincidence we haven't replaced the director of football.
Yeah.
Why would he be coming in when we practically have one already? You know.
Yeah. But anyway, hang on, just let me check. No, that is the breaking news. Harry Kane, we'll read it to you again. Kane internally, after a few rounds, he is the top striker transfer target now. Still difficult, but FC Bayern got the signal from Kane. It could be from Kane or Kane's party or Charlie Kane, we're not sure, that Bayern is his preferred destination. Bayern boss is planning the next steps now. Bayern optimistic to get Kane for less than 100 million all in, or they will go up to 100 million. So that is the latest on that, Philip. Thank you very much for joining me on this sort of.
No problem. Just one comment on Harry Kane.
Yeah,
he'll be going to play. He's going to playing from playing in the best stadium in the world to the second best stadium in the world.
And also,
the
Champions League football.
Is something else.
Yeah,
something else.
And it's also Champions League football as well, Philip. So.
Oh, well, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And before we leave, I just want. This was a Galway fan yesterday after watching Mayo beat them by one single point. Either that or it could be Harry Kane, or that he's going to Bayern Munich, but we'll leave it at that. What we'll do, we'll leave it there. We're back tomorrow at 4. Whatever you do, enjoy the rest of your evening. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. And we trust.